Okay. Grant Miller here, Miami Community Newspapers. I'm here with Michael Gongora, Miami Beach Commissioner. Let's give a round of applause.
Yay.
All right. Well, Michael's trying to figure out the phone. You turn the Facebook on, you go to Miami Community Newspapers,
All right,
and then the video will be coming on. So, Michael Gongora, how long have you been a commissioner on Miami Beach?
Well, there it is. Now I'm going to share it.
Share it.
I was first elected in 2006.
Push share.
And
then when you see post it.
Okay, share. Okay, hold on. Share. Check it out. Check us out.
Then you post it and make sure you push post.
So yeah, I was first elected in 2006.
Okay.
To a special term. I then came back and I served a 4-year term from 2009 to 2013.
Okay.
I then left and came back again I posted, okay?
You're good, baby.
I'm good. I came back in 2017 and I'm winding down another 4-year term.
Wow.
I know.
In between all that, you ran for?
I ran for mayor in 2013. Against Philip Levine.
Philip Levine. Is he still living on Miami Beach?
He's still there.
Sunset Island? Where does he live?
He's on Sunset Island, yeah. He's got a beautiful house.
Well, I've never been invited. He used to live in a condo, didn't he?
I've always known him to live in the house on Sunset Island.
Okay, so Miami Beach is, for tourism, is the place to be in the United States.
It is. And what's really been interesting is in 21, our tourism numbers, our hotel occupancy rates are through the roof, more than 2019. You can't look at 20, but more than 2 years ago.
You know, I'm watching a show called Queen of the South. And they have so much scenes at Miami Beach. It's so unbelievable. You know, it's from.
I haven't heard of it. What's it about?
It's on Netflix. You know, what else? Drugs, sex, and women.
All right.
Yeah. So, Miami Beach, Greater Miami Convention Bureau spends all this money, but it doesn't matter. People, all they know is South Beach, Miami Beach, right? Is that a fact?
It is a fact. And it's interesting that you bring up the Bureau because I think they're on our agenda for our meeting this week. I haven't read the agenda in full, but I believe...
How big is the agenda?
It's huge. It's like 3 different really thick books of material. So it's a lot to digest. I've gotten through the first book. I got 2 more days to get through the next 2. But the Bureau is really revamping its deal with the city to really promote Miami Beach as a destination, to act as a branding and marketing agency. They've really had to shake it up this year to come back and renew the deal.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
You got to go 2 cameras, 3 cameras, Denise? Okay. Because he has a good side. You know, he has his good side. You got to remember he got a good side. Well, promoting Miami Beach, people stay on the island. They come off the island. I have to tell you a story. Joe Neville, you know the Nevilles. Mm-hmm. I was selling ads to Mr. Neville in the 80s. And Mr. Neville said to me, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from South Miami." He goes, "That's on the other side of the bridge. I don't leave the beach." So Miami Beachers love Miami Beach. They don't go nowhere. They love staying on Miami Beach. They eat on Miami Beach. They entertain on Miami Beach. They go to school on Miami Beach. Am I correct?
You are correct. And it's funny because I had this conversation with our new city manager, Alina Hudak.
Hudak. Do you know that his face is as well known as any football coach at UM? Because every time somebody takes a picture of the coach, he's next to the coach.
That's great.
He played at UM. He's I don't know his title at UM, but his face is with every coach at UM. So talk about.
Well, for me, number one, it's great having Alina because you have Ed now on the beach. It's like we have 2 police chiefs instead of 1.
He's there all the time?
He was there all over the place over Memorial Day weekend. So thank you, Chief Hudak. But to Manager Hudak, she said, coming from the county, you know, it's so weird. I never realized that Miami Beach was so provincial. And we kind of are, like, not provincial, but to the extent that people just, a lot of them don't care what happens on the other side of the causeway. I, as you know, grew up in the Gables area, and I work in the Gables.
What high school did you go to?
High school's the only time I didn't live here, Grant.
Where did you?
My mom moved to St. Pete, but before that, I went to Florida Christian.
You're a Christian and a Jew? That's impressive.
I can be whatever you want me to be.
So you went to Florida Christian. Okay. What elementary school did you go to?
I started at Westminster Christian, and then I shifted to Florida Christian.
Did you get kicked out of Westminster?
No, my parents moved. Florida Christian was a little closer.
Okay. So now you live on the beach. You work in the Gables. What do you do for a living?
I'm an attorney. I mostly represent condominium associations with Becker Polyakov.
That's a big law firm. That's on Alhambra
That's on Alhambra.
in the Alan Morris building.
We are in the beautiful Alan Morris
Oh,
building.
excuse me, the beautiful Alan Morris
And
building.
I read in the paper that Alan Morris is buying buildings on the beach now, so he's diversifying. He bought some hotels. I was reading about it on The Real Deal.
Really? That's
Yeah.
exciting. So people that live on Miami Beach, most people, they're born there, they're raised there. It's like a fraternity. And I meet people that grew up on Miami Beach. They still think they live there. They might live in Pinecrest, Cork. No. They all think Miami Beach is their home. All right. The owner of the major owner of the Miami Dolphins. What high school did you go to?
St. Pete, Lakewood High.
No, Steve Ross. He went
He
there
went to Beach High.
1 year, right?
Yeah. But that's the beach mentality. You know, I moved to the beach in October of 1992. So I'm going October 1st, to be precise. So I'm going in October of next year will be my 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So to me, Miami Beach is, what's the population?
Population is approximately 90,000 full-time residents.
Wow. And how many voters? Register voters.
Okay, we have about half of that number is
That's
registered
good.
to vote, 45,000. We typically get a 20 to 25% turnout, which puts you between 9 and 13,000. And typically we get 10, 11. It falls in that range, 10, 11,000 voters.
The commissioners, are they by district or is at large?
We are at large. We have group numbers.
Yeah,
so
but it doesn't matter. You're still at large.
Yeah.
Miami Beach, in my feeling, is divided almost in like 4 or 5 categories. You got North Beach.
Mhm.
They're an island of their own in their heads, right? The North Beach people,
Yes.
they're nice little community. And then you have Mid Beach, right?
Yes.
Then you have South Beach, and they get south of Fifth, they call it.
Oh yeah, South of Fifth has kind of carved out their own niche.
Yeah,
South of South.
Right, south of South. And then the West Avenue is another animal by itself.
Yeah. Well, we have really active neighborhood groups, and people are really territorial about their neighborhoods. Since I'm elected citywide, I have to get involved in everybody's issues. So I look at the beach kind of holistically as one city, but you do get a lot of fights, like not in my neighborhood, and sometimes you will see different zoning regulations in one neighborhood than another.
Now, what made you decide to run for office?
Originally,
Yeah.
I was super active in the city. I'd kind of done a bunch of leadership roles. I was president of the Miami Beach Latin Chamber of Commerce. I had served on the city's zoning board of adjustment and design review board. I'd been a special master of code compliance. So when a seat opened up in 2006, Commissioner Louis Garcia stepped down to run for the House. El Bombero, the fireman.
Yes.
The seat was open and everybody said, you should run. And I said, you know what? I'm going to run. I love the city and I'm going to do it.
So who ran against you?
That year, I started with 4 opponents. 2 of us made a runoff. My main opponent was Dee Dee Whitehorn.
She's been a commissioner off and on for years.
Right. I won. I beat Dee Dee that year. And then the next year, she got on the commission.
Wow. Let's talk about you personally. So your mother is American.
Correct. Sandra.
And she lives where now?
She's living outside of Lake Tahoe in Nevada most of
the Nice time. Life.
Yes.
And your father is Cuban descent?
My father is Cuban, Alberto, and he lives here.
And when did he come from Cuba to... Did he come right to Miami? Or
yes. They came here in 1960.
He did.
Yeah, he came with my family.
Right.
My dad's older brother, my uncle, had already been living in Miami. He was a college student at the time. So they came, my dad, his sister, and parents.
In what year?
1960.
You know, for us old timers, when the immigrants came, there was such discrimination against them. I'm sure your father, how old was your father?
11.
Now, how old is he now?
72.
Okay.
72.
So, you know, when he went to the bathroom, there's signs in the bathroom. 2 words, S and N. And S represented your father. You can't use these bathrooms. Your father would tell you these stories. There was a lot of discrimination against the new immigrants that came in.
He told me that because they lived in Little Havana, and my dad went to Miami High, and he said that there were a lot of fights and bullying against the new Cuban kids because you didn't understand what they were saying. They came here without speaking the language.
Correct. So, you know, there's people that came from that era. Mm-hmm. You know, it was tough. And what did your father do for a living?
Well, now he's retired, which is the best job. But before that,
He's your campaign manager?
he's my unofficial campaign manager.
Where's he lives in the Gables?
He does.
Okay. All right. So what did he do?
He worked for Bell South for most of his career in sales and marketing. You know, he started at the bottom and worked his way up. When he left, he had the best job, which was he was working in Latin America. They were purchasing other directories that were essentially like yellow page directories that were working. So he spent the end of his career living in Peru, Brazil, Chile, other countries. Chile.
And how did your parents meet?
My parents met at the old Jordan Marsh at the Omni.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. My mother had moved here to go to college.
And where's she from?
Alabama.
Wow.
Yes. So she had moved.
And you tell people that too.
Yeah, I'm Cuban Alabamian. So she had gone.
And she's lovely.
Yes.
I met her once.
Thank you. I think so too.
How old is she?
You don't ask a woman's age.
Oh, okay.
She's forever, whatever, 39. So she was going to Bader Fashion Institute, which was over by the Omni, and working at Jordan Marsh. And my dad was walking through the mall with a friend. She was there. They stopped. They started talking. He asked her out. They were young kids themselves. I think that my mom was for sure a teenager, 18 or 19. My dad would have been 19 or 20. And they ended up hitting it off and getting married. And a year or two later, I came along.
You know, the Barter, the name of that college again? The fashion?
I think it was Bader Fashion.
Yeah, it's right behind the Omni. It's like, that's the girls' college.
And she lived at the DuPont. Remember the DuPont?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. We got Gabriel Paz, not only a good guy, but a great heart. That's you? What side is that? I don't know who's Gabriel.
Gabriel is the chair of our Hispanic Affairs Committee, and he's also a wonderful person. Thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate that. You have a good heart too, my friend.
Oh, not only a good side. Maybe he's talking about, that's what he's talking about, your looks, maybe. Oh, and Bob Powers, he's out of, he's Colorado, Wyoming. He's on vacation for like 2 months.
Hey, Bob, how are you? I know, Bob. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so you have any family, brothers, sisters, or anything?
I have a stepsister that I grew up with, Maya. I'm not sure if you met her.
No, where's Maya live?
Fort Lauderdale.
It's close enough.
Yeah, she is. She's a realtor.
Wow. She's a realtor. Okay. Let's talk about being a commissioner in Miami Beach. I think people don't realize there's 90,000 people there. That's huge. These commissioners at little other cities, they got a city of 5,000, 2,000. And at commission meetings before the virus, how many people would show up at commission meetings?
A lot, depending on what the issues are. But we have a very active and engaged community. So that now they can Zoom in. So you get people that show up live, plus people that can still comment on Zoom. Plus we get a ton of emails before every meeting. So it's a lot to keep up with, but I like it. I've come to know most of our residents, especially our active ones, really well over the last years. And I think they know me, and we have a good relationship. They know what to expect.
Right. Okay. Tell me the most important part of a commissioner.
Most important thing is being a good listener. Everybody wants to be heard, and everybody has an opinion. And I think it's important now more than ever in government that people know that they are listened to. So I do try to give everybody the opportunity to speak with me and let me know their positions. But you have to be able to then take that information and make a decision and move forward for the good of the community.
The good of the whole community, not
Correct.
just. So your chief of staff, what is her name?
Diana.
I like to give you a lot of credit, but the truth of it is Diana does a great job for you.
Diana Fontani is amazing. And anybody that knows me knows Diana. I have worked with only one aide since I was first elected in 2006.
That's her.
Just her. It's just me and Diana. And even with the years that I was away from the city, she worked in our capital improvement projects department. So she's very knowledgeable and very accomplished. She's a huge asset.
Huge. Yeah. Huge. What's the biggest challenges on Miami Beach?
Right now, public safety, which it's always important, but this year has been a bad year for Miami Beach with a number of shootings and crime and arrests. It's been a difficult year. We've been in the news a lot. And frankly, it shouldn't be happening. We spend a huge amount of money on public safety. I voted for amending the police budget recently so we can hire more police officers, so we can put up more cameras, so we can have police monitoring what's happening if they can't be on every corner.
And
But
how can they be? You got how many cops?
I don't know, but a lot. I don't know the exact
I
number.
mean, you got South Beach. That's where a lot of commotion is. But Miami, that's only a tenth of all Miami Beach.
Yeah.
Miami Beach goes from 0 to what's the farthest?
First to 88th.
So you got 88 blocks.
Yes.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's a big island town.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the farthest? It's right before Sunny Isles, correct?
No, we go to Surfside.
Surfside,
Surfside's the next
sorry.
town.
Surfside. So give me some more the challenges you have in the city.
Challenges, public safety, again, huge. Noise pollution has become a lot worse than it ever was before. You have all those weird slingshots and Batmobiles and loud scooters, and party boats have become huge during the pandemic. We've seen an increase in boating and people blaring music.
What do you mean? You mean like on the intercoastal?
Yeah, it's a problem.
Can you control that? If on the intercoastal, is that Miami Beach, or is that?
The Coast Guard has to be able to patrol certain things, but we do have jurisdiction over code violations. So we now have a police boat, and they go out there and they are able to issue code citations.
Okay, so Fisher Island, is that part of Miami Beach?
Fisher Island's a weird thing. The eastern tip is part of the city of Miami Beach, and then the majority of it is unincorporated Miami-Dade County.
How did that happen?
No idea. That's way before my time. But Miami Beach has a portion of Fisher Island, but not all.
Yeah, Fisher Island, by the way, has its own school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the island, Star Island, is that part of Miami Beach?
Yes, it is.
So how many islands? You have the main Miami Beach. What's those other islands?
Well, some of our nicer residential islands where real estate is popping. Star Island.
What do you mean popping?
Everything's blowing
popping.
up. Haven't you seen the prices?
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, so there's Star Island.
Palm Islands.
Right.
Hibiscus Islands.
One of those islands have apartments in the middle. Is that the first island?
I think you're talking about the Venetian Islands where there's Belle Isle.
Right.
Right. That's the first island in the Venetian. And then you have a series of them that make up what we call the Venetian Islands, of which most are Miami Beach, but the final ones are part of City of Miami.
Right near the entrance, right?
Correct. The ones closer to the Miami side.
Now, who's the most famous person who lives on Miami Beach? Other than you?
Other than me. I think most people would probably say Gloria Estefan. She's very well identified for being a longtime Star Island resident. Of course, now we have J-Lo, who's living there part-time.
Where, Star Island?
She bought a place on Star Island with A-Rod before they broke up. And recently she was living in a rented house on North Bay Road, supposedly with Ben Affleck.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, as a Miami Beach elected official, who's the most famous person you met that you just said, wow?
Well, up close and personal, and been in their home and had a conversation and hung out, J-Lo.
Come on.
Yes.
How about that, Denise? Denise is our producer.
Yes.
And she is beautiful in person.
She really is. I got called by her manager, Benny Medina, when she turned 50, I think 2 years ago, that they wanted to design a special key and proclamation. So the mayor and I went over to A-Rod's house.
Dan Gelbert.
Yes. We went over to J-Lo's house. It was my hookup, but he's the mayor. So I said, you give the key and I'll give the proclamation, as long as we both have a role. But yeah, it was really cool. We got invited to A-Rod's house. I thought it was going to be a big thing, but it was J-Lo, A-Rod, her family, his family, the kids, and us. I took my dad.
Did your dad flip out?
My dad was pretty happy. My dad says he's not impressed by stars and celebrities, but when you're sitting in J-Lo and A-Rod's living room with their family, it's a pretty cool thing.
Is she friendly?
She was. She came in last because they were filming this. So she was completely done. She came in last, full hair and makeup and sunglasses in her living room. And nobody knows what to say. So I'm there trying to think of something cool. And I'm like, Jennifer, such a...
Oh, Jennifer. Oh, sorry. First name basis.
Jennifer, such an honor to meet you. We're about the same age, and knowing that you're turning 50 gave me that motivation to get out of bed and go do that extra workout this morning. That first line didn't go over so well. She's like, uh-huh. So then we're walking outside.
Did she think you were making a pass at her?
I don't know. So we're walking outside and everyone's still kind of being quiet. So I tell her, this is not actually the first time I meet you. I met you through our mutual friend, Orbe, some years ago, her hairstylist who passed away.
Does your hair too?
He did for a brief moment.
Okay.
He doesn't do anybody's hair. He's now passed away. But,
Okay.
we met at Orbe, and then she completely got emotional because Orbe had recently passed away, and she's like, "Oh my God, you know Orbe?" And then we just started clicking and connecting. It took like a human.
You got
touch.
her number?
I'm not saying.
Oh, okay. Miami Beach is just rocks and rolls. I mean, they have concerts. I mean, it's not like Miami Beach is third largest city in Dade County or fourth largest.
Yeah, third or fourth.
Yeah, we got City Miami, you got Miami Gardens, we got Hialeah, and probably Miami Beach. But it's not that you're the third or fourth biggest. It's how many people come off and on that island. Mm-hmm. Tourism, how much of the tourism is Miami Beach? 50%, 60% of Dade County?
I don't know that I've ever seen that, but my guess would be the majority, because when people are coming to Miami, when they tell you, "Hey, I'm going to Miami," they really mean Miami Beach.
That is correct. People don't know the difference.
No.
It's like, what's the city Miami? No, I thought this is all Miami.
Yeah.
And I know that people from back to Scarface to Miami Vice, I met Stephen Bauer.
Nice. I've met him too. He's a cool guy.
He came to one of our luncheons last week. And when he got recognized by Mark and Coeur Gables Chamber of Commerce, everybody that's Latin, who's between 40 and 50, ran over to him because they all grew up on that movie called Que Pasa.
Que Pasa, USA.
Right. So, but back to Scarface, people go, "Oh yeah, that was where that was filmed." And when you go on South Beach, you're always trying to figure it out.
He dated Debbie, can't remember her name. I think it was Ohanian, who used to own that clothing store on Washington Avenue, and she owned the old Starfish restaurants that was on West. And I remember she would invite us sometimes, I think in the 90s. I mean, this is way back when they went out, and she owned that. But he's a local guy. He always comes back. He always comes home.
He just moved back, and he lives out in his old home in Kendall, Westchester. And great guy. And I get to meet him and talk to him, but but I look at him, I think of Scarface.
Yeah.
I don't think of Que Pasa because I'm not watching Que Pasa. I'm thinking of the movie.
I think Que Pasa USA and Joe and Carmencita. I mean, that's what we grew up on here when you grew up in the 70s, like I did. So I love him. But it's funny, you talk about Scarface and you talked about Miami Vice and the Birdcage. All of those have a production thing in common, which is they all kind of got shot partially on Ocean Drive. And that's another thing. Ocean Drive is the most famous street in all of South Florida.
Not maybe in the country.
Yeah, maybe the country.
Is Mango's open up yet?
Mango's is open.
What's that owner's name?
Mango's?
Yeah.
What about it?
No, what's his name?
Oh, David Wallach.
This guy is brilliant. He is brilliant.
He is a smart guy.
I mean, come on. He helped make South Beach as the guy down in Snebley's and Redlands. Certain bars made it. Mango's was ahead of the curve before everybody. He has girls dancing on tables. It was like something new. No, but he has guys dancing on it, and the place goes crazy, right?
It is. They have a great business. And, originally when his family had it, his parents, it was more or less senior housing, older ladies on rocking chairs, which is what Ocean Drive was back in that day. So he really had a vision of what it could be and should be. And he went with it. And yeah, he has a great, successful business.
He has one in Orlando, I think.
Yes, he does.
There's certain people on Miami Beach has changed it, and he was one of the leaders. And, Joe Stonecrab.
Amazing.
He has one in Chicago, right?
I don't know. Does he?
Yeah, have one in Chicago. Okay. I know that. So you have to wait in line too? You have to wait in line there? Should I use your name? Do I have to use your name? I'll use takeout.
I think I'm recognized not from being a commissioner, but just from being an old timer in town at this point.
What's interesting, what Joe's is, stone crabs are stone crabs, but it's not stone crabs. People go there. It's to be seen.
Yeah.
You go there for lunch, it's like your power broker thing.
Well, if you want to hold court, it's definitely about being there Friday for lunch.
Oh, Friday.
Yes.
Wow. And me and Bill Clinton have something common. We love the fried chicken.
I love the fried chicken from Joe's.
You know the best thing on the menu is, don't you? Not stone crabs.
Fried chicken.
No, the brownie about this big and ice cream this tall.
Oh my God, I've never had it.
Well, that's why you look thin.
I will tell you. Do you remember Stuart Blumberg?
Sure, he was a big. He started a convention, something on Miami Beach, right? The hotels.
Exactly. The Hotel Association. Well, I was having lunch with Stuart some years ago during one of the ESPN college playoffs,
Right.
and we got filmed for a commercial eating lunch at Joe's. I think they might have given us a free lunch as payment for our commercial appearance, but they ran it all during the ESPN thing, us munching out on the stone crabs.
Okay, what's the most rewarding thing about being a commissioner of Miami Beach?
Being able to help people that don't have anywhere else to go to. People that have money have their own lawyers, their own professionals, their own lobbyists. But I've been able to help a lot of underrepresented people. One of the things I'm proud
And
of.
that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't know you have to you don't have to hire a lobbyist. In Miami Beach, your commissioners, I believe, all their doors are open.
Absolutely.
And the mayor's doors are open.
I don't know.
But the commissioners for sure.
Yes. Yes, our doors are open. I know that we have a really accessible group. Shortly after I got elected, it came to me that there wasn't a lunch center in North Beach, which has a lot of lower income seniors, mostly Hispanic seniors. So they told me I was never going to get funding. I was never going to make this happen.
Who's they?
The people,
Okay.
the other elected
Right.
people. Well, within 3 months of me getting back on that commission, I had a lunch center open in Unidad that was serving hot lunches to over 200 seniors a day. Those are the things that make you feel good.
Who pays that? The beach?
The city partially, and some of it comes from other federal monies, but the city puts in a good chunk of money.
Speaking about money, you just did the air show, right?
Yeah.
That was funded by you guys.
A good chunk of it. Yeah. We do pay for some of the Air and Sea show. Most of it gets paid for by sponsors and sponsorship money.
And you have somebody put it on the event, correct?
A guy named Mickey. Can't think of Mickey's last name right now, but smart guy.
Well, everybody loves it. You know, when a national anthem used to be played at baseball, football games, the military paid for that originally.
Oh, really?
Originally, because that helped build unity and helped recruit people to join the military. And the Era show helps bring in military also. Kids
and that show, I will tell you, has been so helpful. You know, we had a bad reputation for Memorial Day weekend. People would be like, oh, Miami Beach, it's going to be a problem.
Right.
Memorial Day is one of our better weekends. That Air and Sea show brings a really diverse group of tourists.
A lot of families,
military people. It's a beautiful weekend. I had a great time.
Okay, is it better to watch the air show from the ground or a hotel room balcony?
I don't know if I've ever watched it from a hotel room. I watched it from a rooftop of a friend's apartment.
Pretty cool.
And that was cool. I've watched it from the sand, and that's also very nice. It's citywide. It's planes going back and forth, so it's hard not to see it while it's happening. But it's nicer if you're kind of more concentrated in that South Beach area where the show centers around.
That's like the staging area.
Yeah.
Speak about staging areas. You just had the event Wine Festival.
Yes, we had the wine and food in May, which was normally in February, but they pushed back. They wanted to give it a few more months.
What's the founder's name?
Lee Schrager.
This guy, when this virus hit, he did all these things to help raise money for different organizations. I do not know him other than I know what he looks like, but I don't know him personally, but class act.
He is. I've known Lee since the 90s as well. And I've always liked Lee. We have a good friendship, I think. And he does a good job. That's one of the premier times to be in Miami Beach. When people ask me from out of town, what is a busy, good time? And I always tell them Art Basel is my favorite. Probably my second favorite is wine and food, because there's so many fun events and celebrity chefs and things popping all over the city. And then, of course, my third favorite is probably Miami Beach Pride.
Well, a friend of mine and yours, Todd and Val Roy, puts on the South Beach Seafood Festival.
Yes, I love that one.
That's in October, I think, this year.
It is, and I was their commission sponsor for many years to get waivers for their event, and I support them. That's another exciting event.
It's real exciting. I like the cook-off and the samples and all that stuff. I like eating, as you can't tell.
We all like eating.
No, but this camera adds weight onto me. I didn't know I was just.
That's
chunky.
what they tell me. I told people I had a Father's Day dinner with my dad last night, and my dad's like, don't eat so much. You're putting on weight. I'm like, thank you, Dad.
Thank you. Okay. Is Miami Beach back to being normal?
We're on our way. It's still not completely normal when you see that there's COVID testing going on right in front of City Hall. But we're working on it little by little. The tourism is coming back, business is coming back, and we're getting back to business as usual. I'm ready to say goodbye to the plexiglass dividers in the commission chambers. It's very weird and boxy.
But everybody's got their shots, right?
I don't know. I have mine. I don't know.
Okay. Speak about Miami Beach, North Beach. That's a different animal.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that? Because the old timers, a lot of them renters, correct? There's a lot of apartments.
Yeah.
There's a lot of development coming in there, correct? In this, is it the Circle?
Yeah, by the Normandy Fountain.
Right. What's happening there?
Okay. Well, North Beach is actually very exciting and going through a big renaissance for a couple of different reasons. Number one, the voters approved the North Beach Town Center. So there's more FAR, floor area ratio for buildings. So you're seeing a lot of construction and development going up. We have the single most expensive item in the voter approved GO bond is this 72nd aquatic facility that we're building. Where we're going to get the money from, I don't know. But probably what's going to be a big help as well is we're creating a CRA. You know, those are the community redevelopment agencies.
So you already have one on Miami Beach.
Oh, we did.
Okay.
We have one right now. We have the convention center area, CRA. We had one south of Fifth. So, but this would be a new one. The county approved it on first reading. It's going for second reading at the county, and we approved it in Miami Beach. So what that does, it allows us to capture those real estate tax dollars from the city and county, or at least the majority of them, and use them to redevelop and improve North Beach. So you're going to see a lot of exciting things happening there.
You have a great baseball park there, right?
We do.
And who runs that park? Do you know?
Can't remember his name right now.
Yes, you do. I'm going to tell you what it is.
Tell me.
Danny Berry.
That's right. Yes.
Danny Berry's a great guy. And by the way, I know it's hard to believe, but I coached him.
Really?
In 1975 or 76, yeah. I know he looks old. Danny, I know you look older than me, but we won't get into that.
Well, he's a great guy. And yes, Danny, you do a great job. And I owe him because he's invited me now a couple of times to go out and throw the first pitch.
Right.
But I see before I do it, I feel like I have to practice and get into like pitch shape first. But I'm going to do it.
I don't know how old the mayor's son is. How old is his son? 18?
His son, Max, is a senior in high school. So like 18.
Okay. So 3 or 4 years ago, I did a video at the JCC. So we were making fun of me. So I played basketball with this kid. I don't know who he is. I almost broke my ankle because I'm trying to cover him, and it ended up being the mayor's son. So every time the mayor sees me, he says, "Didn't my son almost break her ankle? Like he tricked me out." Okay.
Well, his son Max is on the youth commission with Kristen, your friend Kristen's daughter.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, Franny is actually the chair.
And what's the youth commission do?
They do many things. They've been focused this year on creating a series of videos that represent minority groups that were traditionally discriminated against: Blacks, Jewish people, gay,
everybody.
And Hispanic.
Everybody.
I don't know. I partnered with them on the one they did representing the LGBTQ community. So it was a fun video, a very good exercise. So, and Franny runs a tight ship. She's a good chair.
You know, the LPGQRST, all the letters.
Which one are you?
I'm all of them. It's interesting because we have Damon Padron does a show here once a week.
Yes.
And it's just, it represents and helps everybody, not one sector, but everybody. And people don't realize if you're prejudiced against this group, you don't like this group, that means you got to be open to everybody. That's what that organization does. And
I believe that. And that's why I support all minorities, because I think when one minority group wins, we all win. If one wins a legal challenge, we all win and move forward.
You know, Miami Beach, as you know, we used to have to have a card to get on Miami Beach, remember?
Yes. When you haven't been out there in a while, Grant. I used to see you out there a lot.
No, I ate at Smith a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they let me over there.
All right.
I was trying to see what's going on in Miami Beach. Okay. Homeless issue.
Oh.
You guys do you pay tax to the homeless county?
We do not.
You have your own issue. You have your own homeless.
We have our own homeless program.
At the clock. Every time I go by that clock, there's homeless all over.
It's a difficult issue. I've sponsored some programs that were kind of new. progressive ideas. One of them involved medicating homeless people because a lot of them are either have mental health issues or substance abuse problems. So there's medication that helps them. We finally stopped doing it because we weren't seeing enough bang for the buck, so to speak. But it's a difficult issue because we have to have a heart and help people. But at the same time, you don't want to encourage people to come be homeless everywhere. And it's interesting because people complain about homelessness on Miami Beach, but I went to Wynwood Saturday night for Wynwood Pride with Daniela Levine Cava and Federico Wilson.
You didn't call me. I would have joined you.
We wish you would have come. It was fun.
I had a beautiful pink dress.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not too late because Miami Beach Gay Pride is in September. So I'm going to invite you to that one. Save the dress. You already got an outfit. But after Pride, we stayed for dinner. And really, there's a lot of homelessness in Wynwood. I was really surprised coming from Miami Beach to see so much more in that area.
Yeah, the difference is on Miami Beach, you don't see it at night because they're sleeping on the beach area in the grass. Mm-hmm. But then they come out when they wake up. Wynwood, there's no place to hide. It's right there. We have a big homeless issue in Dade County.
Yeah.
And Ron and Book's trying his best. And it needs more than just that homeless. It needs a statewide issue.
Absolutely.
Okay. So tell me why people should vote for you. When's the election?
November 2nd.
And when's filing?
First week of September.
Wow.
Yes, but that's the qualifying dates.
Right.
Right now, I'm a candidate. Why should people vote for me? Because I care. I'm a proven leader. I'm somebody that listens and take action. I'm somebody that the neighborhood associations and resident groups can count on. I'm somebody who's fair and balanced. And I love the city. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this.
Okay. Next question. You ready? Are you ready?
Sure. I don't know if now I should be scared.
Your favorite cowboy? Go.
I think of the gay cowboys. Why can't you just quit me? What are they?
The gay cowboy?
What is the movie?
Okay, let's move to the next thing. That's a movie. Who's your favorite cowboy?
Okay. The Lone Ranger.
Okay, that's close enough. Your favorite local taco restaurant in Miami Beach?
Oh, I like the one on Ocean Terrace, but I can't think of the name of it.
Okay. Your favorite place you eat chicken on Miami Beach?
Joe's.
Okay.
Even though there's a new chicken place opening up July 1st next to Ceviche 105, and I'm doing their ribbon cutting called Pollo la Brasa or something.
Birthdays. Mom's.
October 14th.
Your dad's.
January 20th.
Stepsister.
April 14th.
Any your friend?
Valentine's Day.
Wow.
February 14th.
Your superhero as a kid?
Captain America.
Really?
I love Captain America. I love the Avengers.
Okay, I don't know what holiday you celebrate.
I celebrate Christmas.
As a kid, what was your favorite gift?
Ooh, I love so many. I used to like to go to Play Worlds. Remember the one, I think it was on Bird Road or Coral Way on 87th Avenue?
Wow. Your favorite hot dog?
Arbetters.
Dave, everybody loves Arbetters. I have to tell you a story. My brother, we had hot dogs here on Wednesday. He had 2. So on the way home, he stopped at Arbetters. He had 3 more. He had 5 in one day. Well, let's clarify. I had 24 in one day.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Well, the school that I went to, Florida Christian, they moved now, but when I was growing up, it used to be very near Arbetters. So we used to go there all the time.
It's so close. Yeah. Your favorite pizza place on Miami Beach?
I like that Mr. One, but I also like Lucali, which is very good too.
Where do you eat fish?
Ooh, I love fish. Where do I like fish the most? I like Santorini.
Okay.
Go Giorgio's.
Favorite football team?
Miami Dolphins.
Okay. Your favorite pizza place?
That's a burger.
Favorite burger place?
Cheeseburger Baby and my friend Stephanie.
All right. Your favorite animal?
Dogs. Although that's a cute pink flamingo.
Do you have a dog?
I don't have a dog. I want one.
Okay. Thanksgiving. Words, not sentence. What do you love about? Give me adjectives. Not food. Give me something else. Family.
Family. Vacation. Rest.
You haven't vacation lately, have you?
I don't vacation that much. I have 2 full-time jobs for the salary of one.
Your favorite sushi restaurant?
Oh my God. I really like the one at Liberty, Blue Ribbon Sushi. That's my new favorite.
Wow. Any new restaurants that you want to talk about?
Well, I'm a fan of Smith and Walensky. We haven't talked about them.
Okay. Any new restaurants you want to talk about?
New.
There's so many restaurants opening on Miami Beach. Every day they're opening.
I'm trying to think what's new. The guy that owns Ceviche 105 opened one on First Street, which I really love, called Intimate. And it's a Peruvian Japanese blend, and it's pretty delicious. So it's good.
What other restaurants open?
Well, there's one fantastic one that opened near me.
Where do you live?
I live in Mid Beach on Collins Avenue.
And what?
I live at 5838, but there's a one that
wait, what suite number?
No. Are you going to come by at night? No, my friend Bernie opened Bernie's Waterfront Dining at 5600 Collins Avenue.
The food good?
The food is fantastic. Bernie and Kristen are there like 6 days a week. They're really working hard. It's beautiful, especially at sunset. And my favorite thing there, although there's many things that I like, but they have a fantastic manchego cheese croquetas with guava sauce. So that's my favorite thing.
Grant, no relation to me, owns Lime. He says the Lime restaurant on was it Alton Road?
Mm-hmm.
It kicks butt.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So Miami Beach is rock and rolling. Great thing about Miami Beach, you have chain restaurants and you have a lot of local restaurants.
Yeah. I was trying to prohibit more chains on Washington Avenue. I actually had an item on the land use agenda for today, but then the city attorney told me I can't do it. So we're going to get sued. I'd like to see more independent restaurants and less chains.
Well, the chains are nice, but if you really want a hometown feeling, on West Avenue, there's a lot of local little restaurants. That little street right in front of Sunset Harbor, there's like 4 or 5 little local restaurants there, right?
Oh, yeah. That's great. The restaurants at Sunset Harbor are very good. There's a bunch of them.
Well, any new one that you want to take me to, I'll be happy to go with you.
We're going to go to Bernie's.
Oh, that's the invitation. All right. Grant Miller here with Michael Gongora, who's running for re-election Miami Beach Commission. Keep tuned. Keep tuned with Miami Beach. Grant Miller here. Michael, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. And if you need me, besides finding me on Facebook, email me, michael@michaelgongora.com. I'm there for you.
Have a great day.